Hi, it's giving time again, and 2 Corinthians 9 verse 7 says, don't give reluctantly and don't give compulsively. God's blessed when you give what you've decided in your heart to give, and that your heart is in your giving. And I take that to mean that God isn't blessed when you give reluctantly or you give compulsively or your heart's not in your giving. Andrea and I have some interesting conversations about that, and she's like, yeah, sometimes you have to get over your flesh to give. Your flesh doesn't want to give. And I agree with that actually, but sometimes my flesh is like, I don't want to give. And I have a little argument with my flesh and go, no, I've decided in my heart that this is what we're going to give. So there is like a tension, but generally I think that, like, I don't like it when I'm approached on the street by people trying to force me into giving decisions on the street, because I'm either going to be reluctant about that or I'm going to be compulsively doing it out of like an emotional moment. And like, I agree in collections at church. I think that's good, that's biblical. But I also think that before we come to church, we should decide in our heart what we're going to give and just draw out the money and be prepared to give it. And yeah.
And sometimes God's going to challenge you, and He's going to ask you to offer to someone's life or, to a project. And I've been challenged so many times, and all the time when that happens, certainly there is a blessing behind it. And when I say a blessing, it's not like you don't give in order to have a bargain with God in terms of saying, oh yeah, you give, I'm giving, so you're going to give me, 10 times more. No, it's not that. It's much more to do with your heart, your attitude, because you're going to be blessed by the fact that you can bless someone else. And then because of that, God is changing your heart, and then He automatically blesses you.
Amen. Yeah, because if it was like as simple as, I'll give £100 and God will give me £10,000, all born-again believers would be millionaires inside of a month. But I think when God, and I wonder if they're not, because God is like seeing their heart attitude when they give that money, and sometimes He's like, well, I'm not going to give you the increase because your heart wasn't in your giving. And I'm blessed by a giver who gives like with a free and a nice attitude. Anyway, just some thoughts, I guess. So let's give. I got paid just now, so I'll be on Church Suite. And if you've not used Church Suite, it's not that difficult. If you're having any problems with it, I'm sure Pastor Jim will be happy for you to ring him up and say, hey, I'm trying to give. Help me out.
Another thing I'd like to add is just like all the time when I get paid, the first thing I try to do is to pay my tithe, because I think it's a way of saying, God, this is what you gave me this month, so I want to give the best part of it first, because you provide this for me. So I would challenge you as well to do that, to as soon as you get paid, take the first,
your first fruits.
Yeah, the first fruit, and give to God, and just watch Him bless
Amen.
you.
Amen. Awesome. So let's get back to the service.